Bismillahirrah- Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today my topic of presentation is assessment of nutritional status. Whoever follows a path in the pursuit of knowledge, Allah will make a path to Jannah easy for him. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Learning outlines of this presentation is introduction, assessment method of nutritional status, direct, indirect method, various direct methods such as anthropometric measures, biochemical laboratory methods, clinical methods, dietary evaluation methods, and some recent advances. Learning outcomes. By the end of this presentation, participants will be able to describe the introduction, assessment method, direct, indirect, anthropometric methods, biochemical, laboratory methods, clinical methods, dietary evaluation method, and recent advances. Introduction. The nutritional status of an individual is often the result of many interrelated factors. It is influenced by food intake, quantity, quality, and physical health. The spectrum of nutritional status spread from obesity to severe malnutrition. The nutritional status of community is the sum of nutritional status of the individual. It is actually the complex interaction between internal, constitutional, and external or environmental factors. Nutritional status is actually, first of all, we define the nutritional problem of targeted population and then it is necessary to measure its nutritional status. Nutritional status assessment is enabled to determine whether the individual is well nourished or undernourished. First of all, we assess the nutritional situation in targeted population. Then we analyze what is the cause or problem, and then we apply action based on analysis of available resources. An ideal nutritional status occurs when the supply of nutrient conforms to nutritional requirements or need. Diets are actually rated in quality according to balance of nutrients they provide and not solely on the type of food eaten or the amount of calorie intake, as you see in food pyramid. People can have optimal nutritional status or they have under, over or malnutrition. Therefore, the objective of nutritional status is to obtain precise information on the prevalence and geographical distribution of nutritional problems of given community. To identify individuals or population groups at a risk of becoming malnutrition or malnourished, identify individual or population group who are malnourished. Another objective of nutritional assessment is to develop healthcare programs that meet the community needs which are defined by the assessment. And also the objective of nutritional assessment is to measure the effectiveness of nutritional programs and intervention once initiated. Assessment method of nutrition is broadly divided into two methods, direct and indirect method. The direct method deals with individuals and measure objective criteria. The indirect method uses community health indices that reflects nutritional influences. Now, direct method of nutritional assessment is divided into five types and it is summarized as A, B, C, D. A is denoted as anthropometric methods, B, biochemical and laboratory methods, C, clinical methods, D is dietary evaluation method. Indirect methods of nutritional status is further divided into three categories. It includes ecological variables because actually it deals with population nutritional status. Therefore, it comes under three headings. Ecological variables, for example, include crop production, economic factors, for example, per capita income, population density, and social habits. Vital health statistics, particularly infant and under 5 mortality and fertility index. These three indirect factors is used to assess the nutritional assessment. Now come towards direct method of nutritional assessment. First of all, clinical assessment. It is an essential feature of all nutritional surveys. Clinical assessment is the most simplest and most practical method of ascertaining the nutritional status of group of individuals. because it utilizes a number of physical signs that may be specific, non-specific, and they are known to be associated with malnutrition and deficiency of vitamins and micronutrients. WHO expert committee classified signs used in nutritional surveys into mainly three categories. First of all, sign and symptom which is not related to nutrition, for example, trigium, alopecia, and pyorrhea. Sign and symptoms that need further investigation, for example, macular pigmentation, corneal vascularization, and geographic tongue. Third is known to be of value. For example, angular stomatitis, Bitort's force, calf tenderness, absence of knee or ankle jerks, which is seen in beriberi, enlargement of thyroid gland, endemic goiter is seen in deficiency of iodine. In vitamin A deficiency, there is formation of Bitort's spots, which is also xerophthalmia. In beriberi, vitamin B1 deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency, erboflavinosis, vitamin B3 deficiency, plagra. Patient may be present is 4Ds, dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia, and death. Scurvy, vitamin C deficiency presentation, vitamin D deficiency seen in rickets, boat legs, frontal bossing, protein energy malnutrition is presented as marasmus or kwashiorkor. Iodine deficiency may be seen as in the community as in the form of goiter. Vitamin B12 deficiency is also important for metabolism and formation of red blood cell and the maintenance of central nervous system, which includes the brain and spinal cord. And the symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency may be seen as dizziness, depression, pale skin, sore tongue, memory loss, weight loss, hallucination, muscle weakness, digestive issues, tingling sensation in toes and fingers, shortness of breath, constant fatigue. These are all signs and symptoms which may be seen deficiencies of vitamins. Clinical assessment is actually it depend on good nutritional history, and it should be obtained through general physical examination with special attention to organs like hair, angle of the mouth, gums, nails, skin, eyes, tongue, muscle, bones, and thyroid gland. Detection of relevant signs helps in establishing the nutritional diagnosis. For example, illness caused by improper nutritional composition, for too much or too little. Too little may be presented in the form of protein energy malnutrition, iron deficiency anemia, or calcium deficiency osteoporosis, and in child it is a form of rickets, goiter, iodine deficiency, xerophthalmia, vitamin A deficiency, vitamin B1 deficiency, beriberi, scurvy, vitamin C deficiency, rickets, vitamin D deficiency in children. Stroke. Too much of vitamins may cause stroke, heart arterial disease, some cancers, obesity, diabetes mellitus, gallstones, dental caries, and gout. Advantages and limitation of clinical assessment used for direct assessment of nutritional status is it is fast and easy and simplest method. It is inexpensive and non-invasive method because no invasiveness or any procedures involved. It is simple physical examination. But limitation is that it did not detect early cases. Malnutrition cannot be quantified on the basis of clinical signs. Many deficiencies are unaccompanied by physical signs, and lack of specificity and subjective nature most of physical signs are some limitations of physical clinical examination used for nutritional assessment. Now come towards anthropometric methods, which is also direct method of nutritional assessment in the community. Anthropometry is actually the measurement of body weight, height, and proportions. It is essential component of clinical examination of infant, children, and pregnant women. It is used to evaluate both under or overnutrition. The measured value reflects the current nutritional status but don't differentiate between acute and chronic changes. Some anthropometric measures method used is mid-arm circumference, skin fold thickness, head circumference, head-chest ratio, hip and waist ratio. Length. A wooden measuring board, also called sliding board, is used for measuring the length of children under 2 years old to nearest millimeter. Measuring that, and in this measuring the child laying down always give reading greater than the child actual height, but 1 to 2 centimeter. This is used for measuring the length of the child under 2 years of age. Height. Height is measured with child or adult in standing position, usually children who are 2 years old or more. Head should be in Frankfurt position, which is a position where the line passing from the external ear hole to the lower eyelid is parallel to the floor. The shoulder, buttocks, and the heels should touch the vertical stand. Either a stadiometer or portable anthropometer can be used for measuring. Measurements are recorded to nearest millimeters. This is used for measuring the height. Anthropometric weight. A weighing sling or spring balance, also called Salter scale, is used for measuring the weight of children under 2 years old to nearest 0.1 kg. In adults and children over 2 years, a beam balance is used and the measurement is also nearest to 0.1 kilogram. In both cases, a digital electronic scale can also be used if you have one available. Don't forget to readjust the scale to 0 before each weighing. You can also need to check whether your scale is measuring correctly by weighing any object of known weight. Various electronic machines or can be used for weight measurement. Head circumference. Measurement of head along the supraorbital ridge, forehead anteriorly and occipital prominence. The prominent area on the back part of head is posteriorly. Measured using flexible, non-stretchable measuring tape around 0.66 cm, 0.6 cm wide. Head circumference is useful in assessing chronic nutritional problems in children under 2 years old as the brain grows faster during the first 2 years of life. But after 2 years, the growth of brain is more sluggish and head circumference is not useful, very useful. Now, some measurement we also convert into indices. An index is actually the combination of two measurement or one or more measurement plus the person age. For example, one index is weight for age, which is an index used in growth monitoring for assessing the children who may be underweight. We can assess weight for age of all children under 2 years of old when and we carry out community-based nutrition activities every month. Another index is height for age, which is an index used for assessing stunting or chronic malnutrition in children. Stunted children have poor physical and intellectual problem and lower work output, leading to lower productivity at individual level and poor socio-economic development of community. Body mass index is also a weight of the child or adult in kilogram divided by height in meters square. Birth weight is the weight of child at birth and is classified as follows: more than 2500 gram normal birth weight, 15 to 2499 gram low birth weight, and less than 15 gram low very low birth weight. Therefore, weight for age is weight of the child, weight of the reference child of the same age multiply 100, weight for the height, weight of the child, weight of the reference child of the same age multiply 100. Cut-off value based on standard deviation of percentage. Weight for age less than 2 and more than 3 is indicate moderate undernutrition. Weight for age less than 3 standard deviation of percentage is indicates severe underweight. Height for age less than 2 and more than 3 indicate moderate acute malnutrition, and height for age less than 3 standard deviation and bilateral pitting edema is indicates severe acute malnutrition. Interpretation of BMI for adult. For adults more than 20 years old and more, BMI is interpreted using standard weight status categories, and these are used for all ages for both men and women. For example, BMI below 18.5 is known as underweight, 18.5 to 24 is known as normal, 25 to 29 is overweight, and above 30, weight status is labeled as obese. Anthropometric measure. There is also waist hip ratio. Waist circumference is measured at the level of umbilicus to the nearest point 0.5 centimeter. The subject stands erect with relaxed abdominal muscles, arms at the side and feet together. The measurement should be taken at the end of normal expiration. Waist circumference Waist circumference predicts mortality better than any other anthropometric measurements. Waist circumference. Waist circumference predicts mortality better than any other measurements. For example, there is two levels, level 1 and level 2. In level 1, it is a maximal acceptable waist circumference irrespective of adult age, and there should be no further weight gain. For example, level 1 for male is more than 94 centimeter and female is 80 centimeter. Level 2 denotes obesity, and it requires weight management because of increased risk of uh, uh, type 2 diabetes and serious complications. And level 2 is in the male is 102 centimeter waist circumference, and it is female is if it is more than 88 centimeter of waist circumference, it increases the risk of type 2 and serious complications. Hip circumference. This hip circumference is measured at the point of greatest circumference around hips and buttocks to nearest 0.5 centimeter. Subject should be standing and the measurer should be squared beside him. Both measurements should be taken with flexible, non-stretchable tape in close contact with the skin, but without intending the soft tissue. Intending the soft tissue. Interpretation of waist or hip ratio. High risk waist hip ratio more than 0.80 for females and 0.95 for males. Waist measurements, for example, 80% of hip measurement for women and 95 measurement for men indicates central obesity and is considered high for diabetes and serious disorders. A high a waist to hip ratio below this cutoff level is considered low risk. Anthropometry. There are two major sources of anthropometric measurements information if required for assessment of nutrition. These are the demographic and health survey, multiple indicator cluster survey, and four main data collection methodologies are used to provide anthropometric information are repeated surveys, growth monitoring, sentinel site surveillance, or school census data is used for assessment of nutritional status. Advantages of anthropometric measures: objectivity with high specificity and sensitivity, measures many variables of nutritional significance. Readings are numerical and graded on standard growth charts. Re- uh, Readings are reproducible. It is non-expensive and need minimal training. Limitation of anthropometric measures: there may be inter-observer errors in measurement, limited nutritional diagnosis, problem with reference standards, local versus international standards vary, arbitrary statistical cutoff levels for what's considered as abnormal values. Dietary assessment. Now, the direct method of nutrition is also assessed by dietary method, which is further divided into five different methods. It includes the 24 hours dietary recall, food frequency questionnaire, dietary history since early life, food diary technique, observed food consumption. 24-hour dietary 24 hours dietary recall is actually in this a trained interviewer asks the subject to recall all foods and drinks taken in previous 24 hours. It is quick, easy and depends on short-term memory but may not be truly representative of personal usual intake. Second method of dietary assessment is food frequency questionnaire. In this method, the subject is given a list of around 100 food items to indicate his or her intake frequency or quantity per day, per week, per month. It is inexpensive, more representative, and easy to use. Limitation: it is long questionnaire, with estimating serving size, needs updating with new commercial food products to keep pace with changing dietary habits. Diet history. This diet history aims to discover the usual food intake pattern of individuals over a relatively long period of time. It is an interview method composed of two parts. The first part establishes the overall eating pattern and includes a 24-hour recall. For example, question may be what did you have for breakfast yesterday coupled with what do you usually have for breakfast. Follow through entire day in this way. Subjects are asked to estimate portion size in household measures with aid of standard spoon and cups, food photographs or food models. The second part is the cross-check. This is detailed list of food data checked within the subject. Question concerning food preferences, purchasing, and the use of each food served to verify and clarify information given in the first part. Question about purchasing and also provide a check on portion estimates. The diet history used for dietary assessment of nutritional status has advantage over many methods in that it estimates nutrient intakes over a long period of time. But disadvantage is that it takes about 1 hour of careful questioning, and the interviewer must be a nutritionist or dietitian experienced in obtaining diet histories. The most common fault of inexperienced interview is probably that of suggesting answer. Food diary. Food intake, for example, types and amount should be recorded by a subject at the time of consumption, and the length of collection period range between 1 to 7 days. Reliable but difficult to maintain. Another method is observed food consumption. This is most unused method in clinical practice, but this method can be recommended for research purpose. In this, the meal eaten by individual is weighted and contents are exactly calculated. This method is characterized by a high degree of accuracy but expensive and needs times and efforts. Interpretation of dietary data. Dietary data you collect may be interpreted as qualitative method. For example, use the food pyramids or basic food groups method. Different nutrients are classified into 5 groups. For example, fat, oils, bread, cereals, milk products, meat, fish, poultry, vegetables, and fruits. Determine the number of serving from each group and compare it with minimum requirement. Or you can quantify it. For example, quantitative method. The amount of energy and specific nutrients in each food consumed can be calculated using composition table and then compare it with recommended daily intake. Now come with initial laboratory assessment which can also be used for assessment of nutritional status. For example, hemoglobin estimation is most important test and useful index for overall state of nutrition. Besides anemia, it also tells about protein and trace element nutrition. You can also examine the stool for the presence of any ova intestinal parasites, urine dipstick and microscopy for albumin, sugar and blood test. There may be some specific lab tests, for example, measurement of individual nutrients in body fluids, serum retinol, serum iron, urinary iodine, vitamin D, detection of abnormal amount of metabolites in the urine, for example, urinary creatinine, hydroxyproline ratio, analysis of hair, nails and skin for micronutrients. Advantages of biochemical method is it is useful in detecting early changes in body metabolism and nutrition before the appearance of avowed clinical signs. It is precise, accurate and reproducible. Useful to validate data obtained from dietary methods, comparing salt intake within 24 hours urinary excretion for example. Limitation of biochemical methods is it is expensive, time consuming, they cannot be applied on large scale, needs trained personnel and facilities. Now come towards some recent advances. According to UNICEF 2020 reports, three cases of malnutrition in 2021 is existing. Stunting is present in 149 million of children under 5 years of age, and 149 million children under 5 years of age are affected by stunting. Wasting affects 45 million of children under 5 years, and overweight is 39 million children under 5 years affected by overweight. And you can see that the most of the ratio is 149 million is children is stunting unaffected as compared to wasting and overweight, according to UNICEF 2021 reports of malnutrition. According to one research published in Epidemiological and Health Journal, uh, the title of this is the Dietary Assessment Methods in Epidemiological Study. According to its dietary intake can be assessed by subjective report and objective observation. Subjective assessment is possibly using open-ended surveys such as dietary recall or records, using close-ended surveys including food frequency surveys. Each method has inherent strength and limitation. Continued effort to improve the accuracy of dietary intake assessment and enhance its feasibility in epidemiological studies have been made. This is actually the review article, and according to this review article report, duplicate diet approach is used, which consists of collection of duplicate diet samples. It is actual intake information throughout a specific periods. Its strength is measurement of dietary exposures possible. Limitation not suitable for large-scale studies. Another is food consumption record, which is also objective observation of trained staff. It is areas of application among that it is low literacy who prepare most meals at time. Individual dietary consumption not accurate from this method and not suitable among those frequently eat outside the home. 24-hour dietary recall method according to this review is subjective measurement using open-ended questionnaire administered by trained staff. A strength highlighted by this review is that it provides detailed intake history, relatively small respondent burden, literacy not required, and but it may there may be possible recall bias, trained interviewer required, possible interviewer bias. It is expensive and time consuming. Multiple days are required. Another method highlighted by this review is dietary record, which is subjective measurement, open-ended question, and it provides detailed intake, no interview required, no recall bias. Relatively large respondent burden, it is limitation. Possible underreporting may be. Another is dietary history, which is subjective measurement using open and closed-ended question any form. Assess his usual dietary intake. Limitation is high cost and time consuming. Food frequency questionnaire is also highlighted by in this review, which is subjective measurement using a predefined self or interviewer administered format. It assesses usual his dietary intake, simply cost effective, time consuming, and suitable for epidemiological studies. Limitation specific to study groups and research aims used a closed-ended questionnaire, low accuracy. Another systematic review is published which assess the validity of dietary assessment method to accurately measure energy intake in children and adolescents who are over or underweight. Um, and according to in this five electronic databases were searches and 5263 paper identified. And all studies which are included in systematic reviews are cross-sectional in nature and is used open one dietary assessment method. For example, 14 days food intake is recorded, 24 dietary recall, 9 days food frequency, and diet history interview. Sample size in this systematic review is 9 to 59 participants, with the majority of studies cross section. Finding from this review suggests that 24-hour dietary recall and dietary interview was most accurate method at the group level of children under 4 to 14 years, while where the patient and combined children and parent were the reporters. Now, anthropometric indices and measures to assess change in nutritional status of population. It is another systematic review and literature review. It is actually a number of measures and indices such as weight for age, skin and tricep fold and middle arm circumference is used. In this, according to this systematic review, appropriate measure or index identified is middle arm circumference and is one of the greatest net benefit. Now, time for MCQs. Nutritional status of community is sum of nutritional status of individuals. Indirect method of nutritional assessment is anthropometric measures, biochemical laboratory methods, ecological variables, dietary evaluation method, or clinical method.
Ecological variable.
Yes, correct answer is C, ecological variables. Rest of all is direct method. 35 years old woman presents to clinic today for yearly physical examination. His weight is 90 kg and his height is 1.77 meter. She gave history of no exercise in most of days. Her BMI may be 21.1, 24.2. C is correct answer and
A.
C is correct answer calculation.
निकाल लिया।
98.7. MCQ 3 simplest and most practical method of ascertaining mutational status of group of individual is anthropometric measures, biochemical, ecological, dietary, clinical evaluation method or clinical method.
A.
नहीं E is
डायट्री इवैल्यूएशन।
because clinical method is most non-invasive, simple and practical method of ascertaining mutational status of group of individuals. A 2 years old child presented in outpatient department with complaints of muscle weakness, both legs, a large forehead, abdomen for last 1 month. These symptoms may be result of which of the following deficiency?
विटामिन डी।
Yes, beta is correct answer because a child presents with complaint of vitamin D rickets in which these presentation is present. Anthropometric index used for assessing stunting is weight for age, height for age, BMI for age.
वेट फॉर हाइट।
C is correct answer. Height for age is index used for assessing stunting. A 45 years old man present to clinic today for yearly physical examination. His height is 75 centimeter and his weight is 75 centimeter and height is 1.8. His BMI index is 23.15 and it is interpreted as thin, overweight.
Normal weight.
Yes, normal weight because BMI is 23 and which is fall in the category of 23 is healthy or normal weight. MCQ 7. A 45 years old female present to clinic today for yearly physical examination. Her weight is 90 kg and his height is 1.7 meter. 1.77 meter. Her body mass BMI is 28. She also gave history of diabetes and ischemic heart disease for last 5 years. During her physical examination, dash will be most probable cutoff value of her waist.
88 centimeter.
Yes, E is correct answer because 88 centimeter is higher cutoff value, which is considered as risk factor for diabetes mellitus and ischemic heart disease, and also the BMI of female is also goes towards obese in category. A 45 years male present requiring a bowel resection due to mesenteric artery thrombosis 3 years ago. Complains of weakness and has symptoms consistent with peripheral neuropathy. He is found to anemic on laboratory assessment. Which of the nutrient is most likely responsible for
P2।
Vitamin B12.
correct answer is vitamin B12 because weakness and peripheral neuropathy is complaints of vitamin B12. Nutritional intake of human is also assessed by dietary method. Dash method of dietary assessment is most unused method in clinical practice but is recommended for such purpose is uh,
C.
yes, see, observed food consumption may be an unused method but it is recommended for such purpose. What is the primary method of dietary assessment used in epidemiological studies? 24 are dietary code, food frequency questionnaire, observed food consumption, and food dairy techniques.
24 hours dietary record.
Frequency questionnaire is most widely used assessment method for in epidemiological studies. These are references.